Here with reaction, all of the South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. You know, I didn't see anybody at the G7, willing to take on China and hold them accountable. Yeah. The only person that I know that said China should pay $10 trillion was Donald Trump, who I agree with on this.
Yeah, I smell a rat when it comes to the bat. So here's the deal. How do you find the truth when China won't cooperate with you? Is the world has to make China come clean on this. And how do you do that? Impose sanctions until they cooperate with the world as to how the virus was, where it originated, how it was spread. But Tom Cotton, who's been right about this more than anybody, had legislation that we introduced and passed through the Judiciary Committee last year, allowing an American citizen to take the Chinese Communist Party to court in the United States and sue for damages caused by COVID-19. If you want to get to the truth, haul their ass in the American courtroom and unleash our lawyers on them. That's what I think we should do.
10 days after the first identified case of coronavirus in this country, January 31st, by the way, the same day that Donald Trump put in Joe Biden's xenophobic, hysterical travel ban that saved countless lives. We know that Anthony Fauci got an email, and that email said, yeah, it looks like this virus was manipulated by man. A certain genome indicator showed him that. We also know panicked emails with Fauci and others showed he was scared to death because he knew his NIH was funding that lab in part, and that gain of function research was going on, and coronavirus research was going on, and that we may have ended up paying for all of this. Now, how does Fauci get held accountable in this?
Well, so everybody involved on the American side working with the Chinese scientists circled the wagons and dramatically came out against the idea that it was a lab leak. In the February 19th letter by 27 scientists, they said that anybody who suggested it was a lab leak was a right-wing conspiracy nut, particularly Trump. Now, why did they circle the wagons? Because if it had been a lab leak, they're implicated because they have a relationship with the lab, and I think it puts everything they did very much at risk. So that February 19th letter by 27 scientists in 2020 saying that if you believe it's a lab leak, you're a nut, tells me everything I need to know. I think they knew it was a lab leak and they tried to bury it. It's just like the Russian dossier. Every time they found evidence that the dossier was unreliable, they ignored it. They doubled down because they wanted an outcome. And here's the outcome the scientists wanted. They wanted to shut down the suggestion it came from the lab that they were tied to. I really believe that. But let's take the Chinese Communist Party to American court and allow our citizens to get justice in a courtroom.
Well, Senator, you watched me playing these tapes. First, we covered Vice President Harris's trip abroad, unmitigated disaster. Now we're covering Joe's trip abroad. You've seen the flubs, you've seen the mistakes, you've seen the weird, awkward silence in the distance, totally, seemingly out of it. How do you think the world's seeing this?
I think Pompeo got it right that weakness in one place creates problems in every place. The day that Joe Biden changed the border policies regarding Mexico, doing away with the Romanian in Mexico, and Mexico refused to help, everybody in the world saw that as a sign of weakness. Donald Trump took money away from Central American countries until they changed their behavior regarding caravans. What has Biden done? He wants to give them $4 billion without any change at all. So the reason Mexico and Central America gave in to Trump is because Trump took on China by imposing tariffs against the Chinese Communist Party for cheating in the world marketplace. Everything you see by Biden is unraveling the world. He's losing control of our border. He's lost control of the Mideast. Iran is coming back. And Hamas sent 4,500 rockets into Israel because they believed Joe Biden wouldn't do a damn thing. And they turned out to be right.
The question is, all right, so you know Vladimir Putin. He's a hostile actor. Vladimir Putin can't be trusted. Russia is a hostile regime. Why would Joe Biden give a waiver to Vladimir Putin to build his pipeline to supply energy to our allies, drawing them closer? And meanwhile, we're paying the larger part of defense for NATO, in part to protect our allies from Russia, and our allies are making Putin and Russia rich again.
No, he's trying to do the appeasement strategy. The liberals believe that we're the problem, not Russia. That if we were just more reasonable, if we worked with them and we gave them the ability to build the pipeline, and we got back in the New START treaty and we put $4 billion on the table in Central America, everything would be just fine. Donald Trump saw it differently. He saw these people to be tough, and they're going to get away with everything they can get away with until somebody stops them. So I hope President Biden will tell Putin that there's another cyber attack on American business interest. We're going to come after your infrastructure. We need to go on the offense. We've lost deterrence when it comes to the Biden administration, and we've lost respect. Our allies no longer respect us, and our enemies are not deterred by the president and his administration. He needs to tell Putin, if there's another cyber attack in America coming from Russian soil, you're going to pay a price.
Don't you think Joe Biden is making a mistake not doing a joint press agreement with Putin? Or is it obvious he's afraid?
Yeah.
Isn't that what this is really all about?
Yeah, I think
so. And the people around him are afraid because they know he'll get clobbered.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think Trump did a particularly good job in Finland, but at least he did it, right? Nobody doubted that Trump was tough. Yeah, but here's the problem. Biden's feeding the narrative that he's not able to stand toe-to-toe with Putin. If you don't,
well, do you think he is? Because I don't.
Another cyber attack. Well, I'm pulling for America. Let's just put it this way.
I'm not pulling for America. I'm saying he's not capable.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't see a guy strong enough.
And his policies indicate to me that he doesn't understand the dangers we face. And he screwed up the border by changing Trump policy. He's trying to be just different than Trump without a purpose. This would not have happened if Donald Trump were president. We would not be attacked twice from Russia by cyber terrorists if Donald Trump were president. Joe Biden needs to fix this.
Agreed. There was a healthy respect and fear. All right, Senator, thank you.
Fear.